Hi Taurus, this is going to be a general reading for your sign between the week of the 8th to the 14th of December. Let's begin. There's some sort of situation that you're currently going through within your life that's making you very anxious this week. I just feel like it's very uncomfortable. You might be you might be being guided to step more outside of your comfort zone. Is what it feels like, to do things that you enjoy to do, but you haven't done in a long time, perhaps, or you've never done before, or you do in private, like something that you're not very open about, you're not very public about, like you don't tell people that you enjoy doing this thing, and you're kind of being guided at this time to um, do this thing, like open up to it in some kind of way, to actually do it physically, wherever it is that you enjoy to do, that you feel very uncomfortable doing it in public. Expressing a side of yourself, you don't want to be vulnerable when you step outside. Like you don't want like evil eyes on you. You don't want people like sending you bad energy, like putting evil eyes on you, like almost jinxing you. Like you feel like people could jinx you. People do jinx you, and you're really affected by them. Your energy is a lot more stronger. I want to tell you, your energy is a lot more stronger than you give yourself credit for. It's just there's a disconnect. It's not a disconnect. It's just a lack of acceptance, which allows that energy to penetrate your aura, to basically affect you. You're allowing that energy to affect you. I'm seeing your energy is very powerful. You're able to really push through. I mean, your sign is like represented by the bull, and the bull's very strong. It's very tough, and it's able to break through things with ease. But you just need to believe that you can. Like because you believe that these things affect you, that's why they're affecting you. Your energy is actually a lot stronger than you give yourself credit for. And you're kind of like hindering you're almost blocking yourself from happiness, from truth, your truth, what's true for you, what makes you really happy. You're kind of blocking it by um, not accepting yourself fully, not accepting that you are strong, that you are uh, spiritually able to protect yourself from people that don't necessarily have a very strong spiritual backbone. And you feel this is why you don't want to do this thing, whatever it is. You don't want to do it in public, but it would make you happy. It would make you happy, whatever it is. I'm hearing it could be a hobby, it could be a way of like how you express yourself. It's emotion. It's some kind of emotion, some way that you show yourself to the world where it makes you feel vulnerable. But you're being guided by your spirit guides. Your soul's calling you in that direction to be more vulnerable. You see, when you're vulnerable, the universe can give you exactly what you want, because you're vulnerable to your path, you're vulnerable to what it is that your heart's truly desiring, and it will come in for you. That because you're vulnerable, because the way is open. But when you're invulnerable to whatever you want, you close yourself off to what you actually want, and you manifest everything else that you don't want in your life. And this is kind of what you've been doing. You've been manifesting situations, and you're like just like side-eyeing them, seeing you looking at them with a side eye, and you're like, what the hell is this? Like, I thought I was on a you've been going in circles. You feel like you've been going in circles. You really try hard to manifest things. You've been watching people like using crystals, perhaps, like vision boards. Like, you've been doing a whole bunch of stuff. You've been writing stuff down, journaling, and you're like, why haven't things manifested? Because you're doing things in the same way. It's like it's like madness, basically. Like you're doing the same thing over and over in the same kind of way, just maybe changing one or two things and expecting things to turn out differently, when you're obviously showing that that's not the way you are, that's not the way you need to be, that's not the way that's true for you. Like you have this image in your head that you need to be this way, and it doesn't make you feel good. It doesn't make you happy. It just makes you feel like you're a part of the cool kids, so to speak. But it doesn't make you happy. It's boring for you, and you're being guided here this week. You have some sort of thing happening here, some sort of event. I'm feeling very strongly. There's some kind of event happening here where you might be networking with people or meeting people that you already know, like friends and that, and it'll be quite an important event to basically show yourself, like really, like step out of it, use it as an excuse to let yourself free. Like you don't have to be in a cage, you don't have to be in a pen. I'm seeing you like in a pen where like, you know, like where they have the matadors and they come, I don't know what the bulls are called there, but they keep them in the cages, and then when it's time for them to come out, you know, they stay in the ring. But it's like at this time, it's like you're being let out of this cage that you've been in, that this cage that you're in, and you've got a moment to, like where you're in that sort of arena, you can break through the stands here, and this is what you've been guided to do here this week, is break through the stands. Like break through that limitation of like, you can't be like this. Of course you can. You're a lot stronger than you give yourself credit for, like, and you don't realize it because you haven't acknowledged it. You've never like been like, can I be that strong? You've not really done that. Like it scares you. Spiritual stuff scares you. Like evil eyes and bad energies and stuff, they really scare you. But to be honest with you don't really need to be scared. I know, but it's easier said than done. But your energy is very strong. Believe me, your energy is very strong. It's like orangey. It's very bold and orangey, golden energy that I'm reading off of you. But it's very strong. Like there's no gaps. There's no entry points into your energy. I can see you like in the darkness, your energy in the darkness, and it's like literally this is it's orangey, golden, like, and there's no entry points. It's very bold. The pattern of your energy is very bold. Yeah, be free. I'm hearing be free, be free. You've done a lot of inner work recently this year, and it's time to use it, not just as a woo woo, like, oh yeah, I'm healing myself, and yeah, I'm gonna continue doing the things that I've been doing, living that way basically, and trying to like, you know, find a way in. Um, don't do that. You're dishonoring yourself. You're not just dishonoring yourself, you're backstabbing yourself by doing that. Keep like trusting where you're guiding, trusting where you've been guided. You might be guiding others as well. Trusting where you're guiding people to who you are. You need to really show that side of you. That is a big part of you, and it's gonna cause a big shift up with people with it around in your life, and see you from a different light, a more positive light. You give a very nonchalant, sort of aggressive, sort of bitch face, kind of observational energy to people that are around you, your friends, your co-workers, people just in general. And you give this sort of mean energy off to people when you're not actually that mean. You're not mean at all. It's just very strong, but you know your strength. But like these people, they don't know this other side of you, and there's a lot of blessings that can come in for you if you open up and show this side of yourself to the world. Not just with your friends or your co-workers, but people in general. Are you going to become very likable, whether you want to or not? People will like you, and it will benefit you in many ways. In many ways, in more than just relationships, friendships, career. It's everything. Opportunities. People will be passing your name around, like with to their friends and their friends in corporations, in businesses and stuff like that. So they will come in the form of opportunities for you, so that you can level up your life in whichever way you want to. But you have a plethora. I'm seeing a plethora of opportunities for you that you'll be able to do. It's just you need to acknowledge that you have the strength to move past negative energies, as well as you have you know, you need to show this side of yourself, but it's giving you anxiety, is because you've been hurt before. You have been hurt before. This is why you don't show this side of you. But you're now growing up. You're no longer a child. You're no longer a little baby where like you don't know nothing. So it's like you don't have to hide that side of yourself. Instead, it's a part of you. Train that side of you so that it becomes better. It's like swimming, I guess. So when you go swimming, I don't know if you probably can swim. You probably enjoy swimming. That's why I'm bringing it up. But swimming, like when you go swimming, first you can't swim, and then the more you practice, the better you get at swimming. It's kind of like that. That this is your skill. This is a natural skill of yours that you're very very good at. If you see it like this, like it's a natural skill of yours that you're very good at, and you need to implement it more so that you get better at your skill. That's all it is. It's something that's natural. It's a natural skill for you, and you're kind of not in a position you want to be in because you're not able to utilize your own skills fully. It's like you've got this image in your head of like this is what it is to be a cool kid. It's like you've got a big emphasis on being a cool kid, like you really want to show up to everyone as like this cool kid. But there's nothing to a cool kid. Honestly, I've been the cool kid for a long for a long time. Like most of my life, it's boring. It's boring. There's always everyone has this expectation. Sure, your name's very mysterious, but then it's pointless. What does it give you at the end of the day? Nothing. What matters is what you do with your life and how you enjoy your time. Time's precious. Rather than looking cool, feel cool. Like have a good time. Enjoy your life, and this is what is possible for you here this week. Like the beginning of a new beginning, stemming from your own heart of saying, do you know what? This is who I am. This is a part of me. Let me use this opportunity, this event, as an excuse to kind of let loose and just try the waters and see how people react to. Just be like, oh yeah, I had a drink or two, and if someone says something funny to you the next day, I don't think they will. People are gonna like you more. Just in general, whether you're a male or female or anything in between, people are gonna like you more. Just in general, by you showing that more vulnerable, that part that you feel is vulnerable, whatever it is. I see you just having a good time. I see you just having fun. I keep hearing money, 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 money. Money's coming in for you. It's not great. It's not like a big lump sum, but it's, what is it? Stable stream of income. It's a stream of income coming in here. You've been working on something in silence, in the dark. It's starting to work out. You're starting to see some money come from it this week. It's a steady income. Stream of income coming through. Art. Clothing. Clothing, something to do with clothing. I something. I don't know, it's something to do with eyes, maybe eyes, like you do something for eyes. Do you make glasses or something like that, or sunglasses? Eye. Maybe that's the name of your brand. It's got something eye in it, something eye, or your brand, whatever it is. It's some money coming in from it. Vision. Your vision is expanding. It's like the stream of income coming in. It's allowing you to plan for a better future. So it's like You know, the life you've been living up until this point, or not even this point, I feel like up until a few weeks ago, you've been living a different life, and you know it, things just feel different, you feel different, and it's like the life you've been living up until that point recently has been a certain way, and you're not sure if things have changed, if things have not changed. You're like, oh, I don't know if things are going to be different now moving forwards, or they're going to be the same. Let me just keep 50-50 and run with that and see, 50 of the past, 50 of the trying to move forward in the future. But you're being asked to, you've been guided to fully step into the future and leave the past behind, or should I say the present, step into the present and leave the past behind, because the present is where everything can change. But if you keep holding on to the past, you're going to start repeating stuff from that has already happened, things that you've already learned from. And you're at a point now where it's very important for you to keep on moving forwards and having the courage to move forward. I'm going to post a video I did earlier about courage. Like you need to have that sort of reinforced courage to carry on moving forwards and not have that sort of 50-50 approach of like the past and the future. But this week, this stream of income coming in for you is allowing you to see that, okay, the future is there. Like my future is, coming in. I don't have to hold on to the things from the past. That way of thinking, that way of believing, that way of living. I'm hearing exodus. So it's like an exodus of like leaving the old and moving into the new, like completely abandoning the old and moving into the new. This is what's going on here. Interesting. This is what you've been guided to do. And this thing that I was saying about whatever it is that makes you feel vulnerable, this is part of stepping into the new. Because in the past you didn't want to show that side of you, and it's like you weren't being your true self. Like, step into this new version, you're gonna find a lot of fulfillment, happiness, joy, love, money, opportunities. Like, your life is gonna feel a million times better than it does right now. Like, you're not finding, I can see your energy, you're not finding fulfillment, you're trying things, you're trying to find shortcuts, and you're trying to find like quick entry points into like streamlining into a higher timeline. But the higher timeline is already within you. You just need to acknowledge it and trust in it. Trust in that. You've never been able to trust in your own opinion. I don't know why. It stems from your family, your mother, perhaps your mother, of like not trusting your own opinion, because she said it was maybe too brash or too masculine. I don't know, something along the lines where it wasn't appropriate for a lady or a woman. It wasn't very woman-like or ladylike, or your opinions. So you don't really trust your own guidance, whatever. But your mother was just projecting onto you. So, you should really see it for what it is. Acknowledge it for what it is. Alright, let's get into your reading. Oh yeah, by the way, take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. Probably should say that to people. I'm starting to notice that there's more people that are watching me, so it's like the energies are kind of like not for everyone, but the energies are aligned in some kind of way. But I do try to bring him onto one page so that I'm reading for a specific group of people, not just for everyone. Yeah, so. Okay. So, your current energy, hold on. So your current energy. So you've been going through a situation right now where things have felt like a bit of an illusion. Things have really been confusing. You've had to go through a process of where you've really been turning inwards. I feel like the last full moon. So this is your current energy, by the way. So the last full moon, not this one that just went by, but the one before it, or even before it. Your full moon actually is what I'm hearing. The Taurus full moon that happened a few months ago. Very powerful energy. Since then, you've been kind of going within and introspecting, trying to tap into your intuition about which way is the way forward for you. You've been very confused about like what the hell is going on within your life. The energy, it's not just you, it's everyone. Everyone's been going through a massive like what the hell's going on, just because of the universe. Well, if you haven't watched it already, I posted a video a few days ago about the universe shifting. At that time, the universe, it was like in full effect. That shift was happening. It's done now. It's done. So it was easing off for a while, and now it's done. But like there's just this agent energy at this moment of like making people that have done the work question themselves about whether they've done the work or not. And the ones that haven't done the work are like, oh, see, I told you, you're bullshitting. Like, you know, you didn't know. Like, it's all woo woo and. Like that's what's going on right now. It's like the agents are trying to filter people. That's what the agents are. They filter people between who's free and who's not free. Once you're free, the agents actually don't chase after you. They only chase after people that are meant to be problems and situations. I do need to make a video explaining this at some point. But anyway, let's get back to you. So you're in this energy where you've been trying to really tap into your intuition. Maybe you've been connecting to the full moon, you've been connecting to the moon's phases, feeling the moon phases, particularly when it's a full moon, when it's a new moon, noticing changes within yourself, like feeling a particular way, whether sleepy, very hungry, and whatever you were feeling very intensely during a full moon or a new moon, and you've been trying to really tap in to your intuition to allow you to help guide the way forwards for you, and you've come to a place where over the last 2-3 months you have come into a place where the wolf and the dog represent the two dualities within us of the tamed and the untamed, and it was like your tamed side was more controlling over your untamed side, like again you wouldn't acknowledge that side of you because it made you feel vulnerable, but that's also where your power mostly lies, in that part of you, because that's your untamed side. It's the side that you don't know. Like I was saying, it's like a skill. You need to see it like a skill of like that's who you are. Like you need to train that part of yourself to, you know, so that you can easily access that part of you whenever you need to. And that's what is representative of the wolf, the untamed side. And so you've been tapping in and they've come into balance. So you can see here, you know, they're both looking at the moon, which is a very rare occurrence. That doesn't normally happen where something tamed and untamed are doing the same thing. And here the moon is what brings them together. So you've been really connecting to the moon phases of the moon, and the moon's been illuminating the way forwards for you, and you've been able to cut through illusions and reduce your anxiety and be more trusting in where you're being guided, where you're being led to, because you know this is your path. You're trying to follow your path at this time. And as you've been doing this, it's like things have been moving fast very quickly. You've been very focused, you've been taking focused action, very determined, taking control. And this is not control of like literally physical, you know, like the kind of control of like, like grabbing everything, but it's a control of like using your heart basically to help you move forward. Here in the chariot doesn't have any reins, and the reins is normally what you need to control anything. If you're riding a horse, you need reins to control which way the horse is going, when to stop, when to go. But here, to move the chariot, he uses his heart basically, and that's how he moves the chariot. And so, you know, here he finds this armor, and it's the chariot he finds on the side of the road, and it's been abandoned. And he goes, this must be for me, because, you know, it's in perfect condition. So he jumps up on a chariot and he heads off basically. And this armor, he also finds this armor which represents the future and what's possible. And so these two sphinxes down here are also representative in your situation as the tamed and untamed sides of you. It's like a duality of balance that you're trying to find within you, of like the lightness and the darkness, like the light self and the shadow self also that you've been trying to find. We have a lot of dualities inside of us that need to be balanced in order for us to move forward. Because in the chariot, if your light side and your shadow self side is not balanced, you're not able to move forward. One will just go off one way, and you will just go left or you go right, basically. So in order to move forward, you need to be in balance. And he imagines both of them moving together simultaneously forwards. And so he's like actually like picturing where he wants to go and what he wants to happen. He's imagining what he wants to happen and where he wants to go. And so you've been doing this, basically. You've been really trying to tap into, you have been successfully, to be honest with you. It's like this is a confirmation for you that you have been successfully tapping into your intuition here, figuring out how to move forward. So you have been moving forward on your path, and you're moving forwards very fast. It feels like you don't feel like it though. You've been worried about finances, you've been worried about your financial security, you feel there's a lack of control, you feel very unsecure, there's no security. Like I'm saying, you might have been having difficulty living month to month or whatever, and you've been worried, you've been needing finances, you've been very like almost trying to hold on to what you have as you're going through this process of really trusting that you're being led in the right direction. Trying, you can see here the star and the canopy here, which represents his connection to the divine and what's possible, basically. And it's also that his crown chakra is open to guidance. So you've been open to the guidance. You have been following the guidance. You've been going through healing as well the last 2-3 months since that Taurus full moon. And you're moving forward very fast, and this is something you've never been, this is a path you've never been on before. Like, this is complete unknown, this is complete darkness. You see, when he's traveling, when he's traveling in the chariot, he's going through a path where he's never been before, and at either side there's mountains, but he has to go this way because this is the way for him. And so it's like that for you here, where it's like you don't know what's on the other side, you don't know where you're going, or what's like a mile down the road, spiritually speaking. Like, you don't know what you're gonna find, but you believe and you're trusting in where you're being guided here. But you're still worried about your finances because your financial situation is looking terrible. Your financial situation is not making you feel like you're in control of your life. But the guidance here clarifying this Four of Pentacles card is the Strength card. Again, like I was saying in the channel, it's like you need to have courage here to reinforce what you've already been doing. And I can clearly see this, you've been already doing this. You've been trusting and following your path here, and you are going the right way. That again, this is a confirmation for you that you not only come into balance with the duality within you of the tamed and untamed, but you've also come into balance with your shadow self as well as your light self. So this is very important for you to actually move forward, so that you take, you're in full cohesion with your own being. And the Strength card here basically is speaking about the fact that you need the inner strength to continue pushing forward, to have the resilience to keep pushing forward and maintain a calm manner. In the story, the Fool basically climbs up a mountain, a rocky cliff, and it's a very hot day and the sun's bearing down on him. He's feeling hot. He climbs to the top, he's very tired, and he sees this lion before him, and the lion basically, the Fool himself becomes very fearful and anxious, and so the lion also becomes fearful and anxious and decides to open his mouth to try eating him. So the Fool looks around and he's like, what can I do? I don't have a weapon. I can't go back down, because it's a cliff. He's like, he's on the edge of the cliff. He can't outrun the lion. The lion's too fast. He'll catch him and play with him until he's dead. He's like, he can't do anything. So he decides to pray. And as he prays, this flower maiden, she appears from behind the lion and she puts her hands on the lion's head, and the lion comes out straight away. And the Fool tries to ask her how she subjugated the lion, and she shushes him because she already knows what he's about to ask her. And she tells him basically that there's other ways of using strength other than being physical. There's not everything is about subjugating things. And here you've kind of been understanding this in the Chariot, that there's a different way of control, and there's a different way of using strength, basically. By using your heart, basically. This is how you're in control of using your heart, but you don't fully understand at this time. You're understanding it now. I'm saying it, but like the whole thing of you going through this energy of trusting your heart and controlling from your heart, like where you want to go, as opposed to forcing things to happen. The whole reason that you're going through this is so that you can see that no matter what comes before you in life, you have to be calm and strong. So when she shushes her, the fool, she says there's other ways of using strength, and in this case, she goes, because I was calm and strong, the lion also became calm and strong. So it's basically, had the fool climbed to the top of the cliff, or had he had been calm and strong, the lion wouldn't have tried to eat him. He wouldn't be in that situation, and he wouldn't have to be saved. He could have just carried on with his journey without having that whole, incident. If the lady didn't come up, he would have been eaten. So, this is basically what you're being, sort of like an explanation, I guess, that you need at this time for what you're currently going through, because you're very unsure in this energy, because you have your physical reality is not looking exactly the way you want it to look. So it's like it's causing a lot of confusion, I feel like, within you, and you're kind of shaky at this moment. There's this agent energy coming out as well, trying to throw you off, of like making you doubt what you've been doing up until this point, and being like, hey, last year was a lot of much better year for you. Why did you sidetrack and decide to do this whole thing that you're doing now? This is this agent energy trying to throw you off, sabotage you, so you're not able to come fully free at this time. I would really advise you not to what's the word I'm looking for, acknowledge this agent energy of like last year was better. Like, you're a new person at this point, Taurus. You've gone through a deep transformation, and you're going through a transformative week this week as well, to be honest. But this is what you're learning at this time, of like the chariot here. He moves the chariot using his heart. It's a different kind of control. You don't have to be physical. You don't have to use your hands and do that kind of stuff. This is the lesson that you've been being told at this time, is that the strength you need to embody here, Taurus, and moving forward, this is the lesson that you're currently going through. It's the strength you need to embody at this time is the inner strength. And the inner strength is basically the inner control of using your heart to steady your heart so that you can get the outcome you want. So this is literally manifestation, basically. When inside of you feel calm and strong, the universe then gives you situations where you're able to feel more calm and strong. Where you're fearful and anxious, this universe gives you more situations where you feel fearful and anxious. It's like love as well. If you feel love, the universe will give you more situations to feel loved. Where if you have a lot of hate, the universe will give you more situations, more experiences to feel more hatred. So it's really about how you feel inside, not what you do physically. This is what the lesson you're going through at this time currently, and I feel like you've kind of almost got to the end of it. Me explaining it to you is like really helping you understand. And so in this situation, this Four of Pentacles is the lion. This Four of Pentacles, that your energy of like your lack of security, financial security, is the lion. And she then tells the fool, no matter what comes before you in life, you need to be determined to keep pursuing and keep progressing forwards. So even if this thing is coming up for you, you can't allow it to make you fold, because if you fold at this point, you're going to go backwards and you're going to fall into the old cycles. You're in the beginning of a new cycle. I always say, pardon me, when you're at the beginning or end of a cycle, you could either go forwards or backwards. And it's really important to you to continue to move forwards, and simply because when you're at the beginning and end of a cycle, the energetic pathway still exists, but for the old and the new. But if you traverse through the new cycle about quarter way in, and you somehow end up at the beginning of the new cycle, you can no longer go back to the old cycle because the energetic pathway no longer exists. So it's very important for you at this time to keep moving forwards. But obviously you're having this situation, you've been climbing up this cliff. I mean, like the fool, in this situation you have been climbing up the cliff. I am going to post that video about the courage. It's just you need to reinforce this courage that you've had all up until this point, really trying to push forwards. And this is something you've been going through most of this year, perhaps, particularly since summer. You've been going through this, and you've been really trying to push forwards, trying to elevate your life and trying to move forwards with things. And you've been having to learn a lot about yourself, learn more about you know, what you're capable of doing, what your likes are, what your dislikes are, to a very deep level that you've never known before. But you've been learning this lesson of like there's different ways of using control. You don't have to be physical, and you're very strong. Like I was saying, your energy is very strong, but you're more focused on your physical, like controlling people, manipulating perhaps situations. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, you know, for your own security, but you know, you can use your energy to do things, and you can use your mind, you know, your inner strength to help you push forwards, to break out of bubbles that you feel restricted within. You have the energy, you actually have the energy to break through walls, energetic barriers, energetic problems. You have that energy, Taurus, to break through situations. You just need to acknowledge it. You just need to acknowledge it. That's all it is. It's really simple. I know it sounds simple, and it is simple, but it's something that you find difficulty doing, and you're being taught. This is why you've been going through this, to like really learn how much power you have and how you're able to really now able to persuade yourself that yes, I can do this, because you have been going through not an easy time. You've not been going through an easy time, financial insecurity, and worried about your, you know, control. When you're being taught a different way of controlling, it's like you're not able to control physically what's happening, but you're able to control your emotions. You have this inner strength, this inner you're calm and strong inside, and this is what is representative of this control, and this is how this chariot moves forward. Basically, the stronger your heart is, the stronger your willpower is, and so if your heart is strong, you have stronger willpower, and it's also tied to inner strength. You know, if you have a strong heart, you have strong inner strength. So it all ties back into heart. The heart's very important in many situations, and it's untainted by the matrix. Our senses are tainted by the matrix, and you know, this is why you're going through the situation, is because you know, the matrix is trying to pull you back in, and as you're moving forwards, but you need to have the strength to keep moving forwards, and things are really going to change out for you here. So going into the week now, your theme for the week is the Death card. So this week is a very interesting week, very important. I wouldn't say interesting, it's a very important week for you rather than interesting, because you're going through a huge transformation. This whole week you're going through a transformation of purity. The Death Rider, he approaches this man as a friend. You know, he has his visor up and he's coming on a white horse. The white horse is representative of purity, and he has this white rose which also represents purity as well as youthful innocence. So he's coming through, you know, as a friend to this person and saying, hey man, you know, this is a battlefield that we're currently standing on. There's all these dead bodies. You know, do you accept death? And death is not a bad thing. Death is shedding off the old, shedding off the things that are no longer beneficial to us. It's shedding the old ways, like I was saying in the channel, the old ways, the old beliefs, the old whatever they were. This whole week you're going for a transformation, a transition as well, of letting go of the old, releasing the old, letting go of it, having a big ending. So this is a big week of endings for you, or should I say ending for you, within your own being, of who you see yourself as. And by the end of the week you're going to be moving more towards where the sun is rising for you, which is your true happiness. It's a step-by-step process. Things don't, well, they can happen magically, but within your own being you have to go through the step-by-step process of really figuring yourself out. If you try to jump from one place to the other, you don't figure out what you're meant to figure out. It's hard to explain, but it's when you go through things in life, it's very easy to get caught up in emotion, caught up in, you know, whether it's distasteful or they make you happy. It's very important. You get caught up in those emotions very easily, and sometimes you just have to take a step back and see what the whole point of you going through things are, and you're able to make a link of why you went through things. It's very interesting, but it requires a lot of patience, and it requires a lot of trust, I believe. And you do need to maintain both of these qualities at this time, and you're going to see big change this week. So between Monday and Wednesday we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is basically speaking about you learning. You've been on this quest, or perhaps you're starting to learn something here. No, this is a quest you've already been on, sorry, because we have the King of Swords clarifying the Hierophant. So it's basically you've been on this quest, spiritual quest, to find more about yourself, understand yourself, you know, tap into your own spiritual wisdom, learn some knowledge about how you can better your life. Like I was saying, journaling, working with crystals, vision boards, like all kinds of stuff, ways you can manifest. You've been actively trying to manifest to figure out what are the keys to open up your life, basically open that door within your life to abundance. You're at this point now where you have gone through this transformation. You're now getting a piggy bank from spirit. This horse is showing up as a unicorn, and the unicorns is basically spirit. And you're mastered yourself basically in terms of your spiritual wisdom. Your understanding. You're no longer someone that is just conforming to society and what society wants from you. You're really following your heart and what your heart is telling you. You've been really connecting to your idea of spirituality, of what spirituality means for you, whether you're religious or not, or whatever you do. You're connecting to this idea, and you have been connecting to your own identity, mastering yourself, and you've gained, you're at a point where you're now in your truth. You have a lot of wisdom, respect for yourself, and you're the authority. You're the leader in your life now, and this is within all realms. In the story of the Hierophant, the fool goes to the Hierophant, and the Hierophant sees him, and he goes, I'll teach you everything I know. And he teaches him the basics of basically spiritual alchemy, and he teaches him just the basics, like what he needs to know in order to help him moving forwards in his journey. So this is what you've been learning. You're learning you're mastering this here between Monday and Wednesday, the basics of understanding yourself to a very soul level, a deep soul level, like who you are basically, and what your purpose is. You have an understanding at this time of what your purpose is, and this is the whole point of the Hierophant, to help sort of give you an insight of ways of doing things. The Hierophant himself is someone that is a very knowledgeable person, and this could be someone that you've been learning off of online, physically. This could even be your spiritual guides. This could be gods and goddesses that are teaching you, and with teaching you through your intuition, or giving you downloads about this is the way to do things. You've been really learning about things in general, and you're practicing these things here between Monday and Wednesday actively within your life, and it's allowing you to step into being more of authority, being more of a leader, and having the vision now. You have the vision now which way you need to go fully. Even before the week, you're in this energy, feeling insecure within your finances. You're moving forward, but you're mastering this understanding of why you're going through this, of what I was saying about the strength card. I'm giving you a cheat code already. Before you meant to get the cheat code, not before you meant to, but before you meant to go through it actually. But you're going through it between Monday and Wednesday, of learning why you went through all of this, and it's because you need to be calm and strong. Whenever you go through a situation, you need to be calm and strong. This is the vision you're getting. This is allowing you to become a leader, not to fold to things that look difficult, things that feel against you, to fold to things because they're difficult, where you can't use physical strength. Now you've been learning how strong you are internally, and this is what you've been learning. This is the spiritual wisdom. This is the ancient knowledge that you have been learning, and this is not just that, but this is other things as well. You've been learning a lot just in general. Like I said, you have been learning a lot about yourself. You've been learning the basics in spiritual alchemy, like how you can stop yourself from getting into sabotaging habits, sabotaging yourself in this way, that way, and really transforming yourself into a way that you really want to be, and have experiences that you want to have, rather than manifesting experiences that you don't want to have. Pardon me. So you've done a lot basically, and now you actually do understand yourself a lot more than you did 3 months ago, 2-3 months ago. So yeah. And you're also moving forwards. You can see they're both onwards, and you're moving forwards. You're feeling enthusiastic about what's to come for you, feeling very passionate and enthusiastic. You can see the King of Wands is holding the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands here is, for me, is new opportunities, growth, creativity, inspiration. Basically, you're feeling inspired to continue moving on, and like I said, spirit's piggybacking you here. You're being guided here. It's like you're being swept along. It's a very abundant time for you, and you're very spiritually protected as well. So don't question again the evil eyes and stuff. They're not affecting you. between Wednesday and Friday, you're going through this energy of the Ace of Swords. So you're having a major breakthrough here, and this breakthrough is in regards to material. You're gaining some material, like I said. You're gaining a stream of income here between Wednesday and Friday, and it's going to make you feel very passionate. This is an action, very action orientated. A card, so it's not like woo woo. Well, you know, this is woo woo, but it's it's something that's tangible coming in, material gain is coming in, that's going to make you feel very abundant, it's going to make you feel very independent, it's going to make you feel very it's going to give you a lot of pleasure. It's going to make you feel like, yes, I can live that life of luxury. Yes, I can be that person. Yes, I can have everything that I want from my life, materially speaking. And this is starting to happen for you. And clarifying the Nine of Pentacles is the Temperance. So this is your purpose. Like I was saying, you've been working towards something, and this is your purpose, basically. And this is where it's coming from. Whatever you've been working on. This is your purpose. You've already been working on this, and now you're starting to see a stream of income come from it. It's bringing you a lot of balance and peace, and it's allowing you to continue moving forward and healing yourself off of this energy of the Four of Pentacles, of feeling insecure about your finances, feeling there's a lack of control of your living situation and whatnot. And so you're between Friday and Sunday, you're going through this energy of the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords here is basically you're gaining clarity, clarity about your own spirituality. You're gaining clarity about more about your psychic gifts there, and this comes from you asking questions. Here in the Two of Swords, she goes by the sea, and she asks herself questions in regards to her daughter. What should she do? Because her daughter's fallen in love with the prince, and she knows it's wrong, and she knows there's going to be heavy consequences if she gets rejected. But if she tells her daughter off, it's like she's breaking her heart, basically, and she's really indecisive about what she should do because she really loves her daughter. So she goes and she sits by the sea, and she blindfolds herself and tries to really tap into her heart. Again, the moon's very important, significant here. Like I was saying, the moon's very significant. You've been really tapping into the moon cycles. Moon cycles have really been affecting you, and it's good because we go through same cycles like the moon does. The moon starts off as nothing, and then it grows into the full moon, and then it becomes nothing again. We go through similar cycles of where we go up and down, and this is just the way life is. This is how we move forward. This is just the nature of life. This is just the nature of nature. But you're gaining clarity about your own psychic gifts. You're realizing how psychically intelligent you are, how spiritually intelligent you are. Sorry, not psychically. How spiritually intelligent you are. But you're understanding here, you're gaining clarity about some psychic gifts and things you have been avoiding within yourself. You're realizing things where you've been avoiding what you've been going through within yourself. You're gaining clarity about how you've been objective and towards yourself, and not really allowing yourself to flourish, not really allowing yourself to be free. I feel like this experience that I was saying between in the channel of you having this event where you can let loose is between Wednesday and Friday, and then between Friday and Sunday you're gaining clarity of oh my god, that was fun. Why did I stop myself before from trying to live like that? And you're finding yourself feeling oh my god, I've been avoiding myself this whole time. I've been indecisive because I have not been acknowledging this whole part of me I've been being objective towards and saying I don't need that, that's not important, but you're understanding that you need to embody yourself, not be objective with yourself, but be accepting of yourself. I think that should be your title. Not being objective to yourself, but being accepting to yourself is what you're learning here this week. And this is going to be a very good time for you between Friday and Sunday, because you're finally understanding who you are spiritually speaking. Moving forward, you're no longer going to be affected by people giving you dirty looks and asking you silly questions. You're going to realize that, yes, I do have the power to break free, or break through, of people's bullshit and people's bullshit energy. Because a lot of people have bullshit energy, they just talk the talk. A lot of people talk the talk. Most people talk the talk, to be honest with you. Only a few people can walk the walk, trust me. Like, I've seen it plenty of times. Like I said, I've been a cool kid. I denounce it all the time, but I've been a cool kid most of my life. It's boring. It's really boring. It's really boring. Everyone wants, everyone wants a problem. Everyone has got a bone to pick with you in some kind of way. When you're that person, and you're kind of realizing here that that's not what's going to make you happy. Because again, it is boring being that person. You're learning here this week that your own energy, your own ideas, your own thought processes, they make you happy. No matter how silly they may seem, they might be seeing like you want to eat cotton candy, but it makes you happy. You know, it's just random stuff like that that you're starting to acknowledge more and appreciate more about yourself. That yes, I like this side of me, and I want to be more of this with everyone. And if people don't like me for being this person, then they're not for me. You don't have to. It's like you've been bending backwards for people, trying to be fit in with the crowd. Whoever I'm reading for. Yeah, things are moving forward for you very quickly here. Once this thing becomes in between Friday and Sunday, Monday and Wednesday of this financial breakthrough, things are going to start to move forwards for you very quickly here. You're going to be swept along quite literally. Spiritually, you've done the work, you've been doing the work. You've been moving forwards. You're at a time now where your physical reality is officially shifting, and this whole week literally ties back into the death card of a transition, transformation happening within you, endings, letting go of things basically, or letting go of the old, ending of the old basically. It's like officially a new life for you, officially a whole new life for you. A new way of being is coming in for you, which is fantastic. So congratulations. Just pull out some challenges to see what's affecting you here this week. Again, challenges will show up whether physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, one way or another. These challenges will show up, but depending on how you carry yourself, they may not affect you so much. But also, it's important to realize that when these new challenges do appear within your life, that you do not give them energy. If someone's trying to hurt you, you're not going to start speaking to them. You know, this is the way you kill off this bad energy. This is the way you shut it down, is by not giving it energy, by not acknowledging it. So, what's your challenges here? So your challenge here for this week is being content with where you are. It's like you want to just rest, you want to recuperate from the fatigue you're feeling by being on this path of moving forward spiritually. It's like you want to rest from the strife, you want to rest and just celebrate, hang out with people, your community, you want to just celebrate, you want to be at harmony within your life, you want to recuperate from the fatigue, you want to recuperate from what you've been going through, like this difficulty of having a lack of financial control. You want to sort of take a rest from moving forward like this on the Chariot. You've been diligently moving forward, and this is this agent energy coming in here, but you need to recognize that this is a choice you're making. You're at a point where you're having to make a choice between two paths, and this is this agent energy basically that is about the agent energy is filtering people who is free and who is not free. And this is the crossroad that you're particularly at. I'm not sure about everyone else. You're the first sign I'm doing because I missed you last week. Sorry about that. So I'm doing you first. But this is particularly for you that you're at a crossroads and you don't realize it, that you're at a point now where you're having to make a choice between two paths, quite literally. And by you saying that you want to rest and stop moving forward, spiritually speaking, with what you're doing, is going to be a path that leads to the old cycle. It's going to repeat the old cycle. So you're going to go backwards and you're not going to level up. Obviously you want to level up, but in order for you to level up, you have to choose the other path. And the other path here is literally allowing things to dissolve. I'm not going to say the words, literally allowing the upheaval to happen, allowing this forced change to happen, allowing yourself to be swept along, allowing yourself to have these things revealed by where you're having revealed between Monday and Wednesday, and allowing yourself to step into your purpose, moderating your energy, stepping into the new, moderating your energy, so you're not saying, the past that might have made me feel comfortable, but it didn't never make me happy. I'm not gonna do that anymore because it didn't make me happy. Sure, it made me comfortable, but then I was unhappy again when I wasn't comfortable. You know, so it's like you have to choose here between, yeah, literally is a choice between two paths, and the choice is yours because you know, you could potentially complete this cycle at this time. Literally, you could potentially this is the universe card here is representative of this cycle officially being done and over with. This is the choice you have at this time, and this is your challenge of whether you want to continue moving forwards or whether you want to fall back. You should really watch that video I posted a few days ago. I didn't post any captions, but like, really watch it. It was really important. Even the animals were going crazy around me, honestly. Like, everything was going crazy around me, including me. I was going pretty crazy, to be to be fair. But I would definitely say you should watch that reading, that not reading, but that channel. But you have a chance right now to really step in, officially complete the old cycle, no longer be having it affecting you, no longer having that reality where you feel the finances are not good for you, like things are not good for you. And I feel like this is something that you're going through, not particularly towards the end of the week, but at the beginning of the week before this material gain comes in, where you're having this breakthrough. This is also I would say clarifying the Hierophant in a way, this challenge, because the Hierophant here, he gains spiritual mastery. Someone he understands that, you know, not dualities, but like he's a very learned person, so he understands that there is birth, life, and death. There is past, present, future. There is apprenticeship. What is it? Apprenticeship, mastery, and success, or something like that. Whatever, apprenticeship, mediumship, and mastery. That's it. Sorry. And so this is kind of what it is. It's like you're going through this energy. I very strongly feel like between Monday and Wednesday, but you're having the choice here, of this challenge. Sorry, this challenge that you're experiencing is probably going to happen between Monday and Wednesday when you're going through this Hierophant energy. But let's see what happens here, given all of this energy. What choice will you make? Oh, let's use this one. And I do feel like you're going to make the right decision here, to be honest with you. I feel like this challenge is going to creep up. This is this agent energy that's trying to pull everyone down and keep everyone in the same reality. This agent energy is trying to stop people from becoming free. It's like, you know, if you watch The Matrix, there's this character called Sephiroth. I think he's called Sephiroth, and he's just a free guy, and the agents never come after him, basically. And he's just there, basically, and the agents are trying to stop people from becoming free like him. So there's a lot of yellow I'm seeing here, which means that you're really tapping into your willpower here and continuing to move forwards. Your outcome here is the King of Pentacles. So you can see there's two bulls on either side. So it's like a seat where I feel like this is a card very strongly attached to your sign. I don't have particularly attachments but to cards for zodiacs, but this is strongly a good card for you because obviously, you know, Taurus, your star sign is represented by the bull. So it's like you're stepping into your power here, taking leadership of your life, finding fulfillment by being the leader in your life and saying, do you know what, I'm going to keep moving forwards towards my wealth, a wealth of energy as well. You're going to be feeling a wealth of energy here this week, as well as finances. You're going to be enjoying the fruits of what you've been working towards here, feeling very happy with what you've built, being very practical and confident, saying, hey, do you know what? The past never made me happy. It made me comfortable, but then when I wasn't comfortable, I was unhappy. You're recognizing that to a very deep level and saying, do you know what? I'm going to be very practical and confident and keep moving forward. You're tapping into your own nature's abundance. You're tapping into nature itself. You're grounding, connecting to Mother Earth, and also feeling nurturing your energy. Really. Receiving blessings, basically. You're allowing yourself to receive, feeling very connected with your intuition, you know, to where you're being guided, and allowing that to basically you allowing yourself to receive from there, basically, so that you don't end up in a situation where you feel like you feel heartbreak, or where you feel sorrow, or you feel like, what have I done? You're really trying to take time so that you can find wealth, success, happiness, basically. And you're finding a lot of courage here. You're seeing a lot of growth this week, recognizing how spiritually protected you are, how lucky you are. Finding a lot of courage to continue moving forward, and recognizing that you have courage, and finding even more by the end of this week. Really stepping into a leadership position of saying, hey, do you know what, I'm a very spiritual person too, and incorporating that from now on, moving forward, that yes, I don't have to worry about people giving me evil looks and sending bad energy my way. I'm strong enough to deal with people myself, because I have the courage, I have the strength. You have the inner strength, you have the courage. You're gaining a lot of courage here. So one line's turning into two, and you're sitting on them. So it's like, you're becoming twice the line, basically, of the line that's affecting you before. It's like you're becoming twice. You're conquering it, basically. You're conquering that aspect of yourself that would become fearful and anxious in situations. You're now no longer being fearful and anxious, but being strong and confident, letting go of things that have been abandoning you, letting go of disappointments, really introspecting and letting go of all of these things here, and seeing a lot of growth. Like I was saying, it's very, very material abundance here by the end of this week, where you're feeling very materially blessed, and feeling very fulfilled within your life of, yes, I've made the right decisions. I've not fed into this energy of the Four of Pentacles. I've decided to break free and break through past it, which is also what you're learning at this time through the Strength card. Like I was saying, like the Lion, no matter what comes before you, you have to be strong and determined, and you're being calm and strong moving forward. So it's allowing situations to turn out differently for you here, so that you can let go of all the burdens. Basically, they're starting to you're starting to become free of them, and this comes from you just following your heart. So this is really good here, this outcome here for you. I'm going to pull you one more, because I'm feeling, you're going to be moving away from people that are trying to lie, betray you. And this is not just people, this is things and finances as well. That is like, your financial reality, your physical reality. You're going to be taking cunning actions here, starting from the end of this week, moving away from things that are weighing you down, and freeing yourself. You're walking away from a lot this week, just in general. It's a big transformation here for you this week, but moving forward, you're physically going to continue moving away by taking cunning actions from liars, deceivers, betrayers, and things that are weighing you down, making you feel like, what the hell is going on. But this is very abundant. The week, by the end of this week here, you're moving forwards away from that energy. You're making the right choice here, allowing, this tower, this old you to basically to crumble, to be destroyed, because it's not truly who you were. Dictated by this sort of energy of like you having to have control of your life, over your finances, have that security within your life, and you're recognizing that, hey, I am abundant within myself. I'm very abundant. The King of Pentacles, he goes on this whole journey. He ends up falling in love, and he basically finds himself after a very long time he doesn't really find himself, but he grows. He starts off as someone that doesn't know much, and he ends up becoming someone very true to his own self, basically. And this is what you're also doing here. And the Empress here is also signifying not only you tapping into your own nature's abundance and your nurturing energy, but also you being able to access at any time you're able to connect to Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. You're able to connect to her and recharge yourself, recharge your energy. And I feel like this is important for you to know at this time, that you do need to, if you feel like you need to break, like I was saying, one of the challenges is like you're trying to rest from the strife, like you feel like you need to, the best way you can do it is not by stopping, but by going into nature, going for walks in nature, just sitting down in nature. You don't have to walk all the time. You can just sit there, like in a park or next to the sea or something, or river or whatever you have nearby you. Just sit there for a little bit and you'll feel a lot better. Just feel Mother Nature around you, and you'll feel a lot better. So yeah, fantastic week for you. I'm going to leave your reading here. If you would like to book a personal reading, my website is down in the description. Other than that, have a fantastic week, and I shall see you soon.